Good day, global crypto enthusiast. This is 88 Fantastic coming to you Sunday, August 18th, 2019. Thank you for taking time out of your daily busy, and on the weekend especially. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for all the new subs. Again, so what we're going to have to do is our disclaimer right off the bat, and since we've had a fair amount of people join the channel recently here, I'm going to have to go through about 2-3 minutes here of just some jibber jabber before we get into our last of our trilogy weekend of reviews on projects, and today we're going to do IXT as asked for you by the viewer and some of the members of the Reddit community as well. So we see Bitcoin having a nice little day here, as you can see in its intraday at a low of 10,071, a high of 10,517. So let's get off by starting to say, not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Always do your own due diligence and homework in this market before you ever put a penny of your own hard-earned money into this market. Always check that address bar before you're hitting that enter button. And for me, the main thing is being comfortable with the decisions that you make. Okay, so for everybody that's new to the channel, these are always live, unedited. I don't go back in and change things. First take is the first take. For me, these are always unpaid. My own personal opinions. I am a one-man crew. I can only research so much and look into so many things. And I'm a human being. I'm going to make mistakes too. So I will always ask for you, the viewer, the purpose of the channel is to actually just show you how I look at things, but it's always up to you to go in and do your own research and your own homework, because I'm not going to be able to hit on all cylinders at all times. So let's go back and recap yesterday's video with Quant. There was amazing project. There was only the one issue I had with the secondary business address, and you, the community, went out, you found it, and provided it in the comment sections below from yesterday's video. I greatly appreciate it. It puts clarity on it for something that I was unaware of. And again, I'm in 32 Telegram groups. I can't be in 2,400 crypto Telegram groups and Reddit groups. Unless I'm getting paid a shitload of money to do something, I can only give you the generic version of what one person actually sees. So we got that cleared up yesterday. Again, I think Quant has amazing potential, terrific room to actually still grow in this crappy bear market that we're still stuck in today. And with today's video, it was a little bit odd to look at this one when I first saw insurance in the cryptocurrency market, which is definitely a must. As we've seen with so many exchanges being hacked. And I go back to the Binance hack 6, 7, 8 weeks ago. If Binance didn't have insurance and people didn't get repaid what was missing, could you imagine the stink that would have caused? Like, that would have been absolutely crazy. So with this video here today, I've got, this one was actually a tough one for me because this project has been going for a couple of years now, and it's literally sitting way down in the rankings here. So today we're doing IXT. And IXT has been, let's see here, we'll go right back over to here, and we'll check out price performance right off the bat. IXT has been trading for 25 months, just over 2 years. Day trading price originally started off at 9 cents. So where do we see it sitting at today? Literally 6/100ths of a penny right now. Its overall chart, it only had some love back in July when Bitcoin, that's probably the range when Bitcoin was at about that 13,000 mark. And the one thing we forgot to talk about when we look at the reviews on these coins is its trading pairs. The one thing I've been trying to it's hard for people to understand the trading pairs between ETH, BTC, and stable coins right now. So basically the easiest way to look at it is just punch in $1 and divide it by the current price of ETH or BTC, and that's what you're going to see at SAT level at. So as the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum ramp up, the Satoshi levels actually go backwards because they carry a higher value. So if you've got coins that are stuck in just simply two trading pairs, and Bitcoin starts to ramp up back up to 13, 15, 17K type of thing, it's going to be very difficult to trade out of some of these things because they're not going to have any Satoshi. They'll have a value, but the Satoshis are going to go completely ass backwards, right? So let's get into our video today. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a little bit backwards today, because this one I need some help with, because I like the idea behind of what this is trying to do, but the lack of information itself is very worrisome to me. And I've read some articles with JP Morgan and Quorum, and we've got Quorum over here, but under Quorum I cannot find anything that directly relates Quorum with IXT. So if you're somebody that's very familiar with Quorum and IXT and what's happening with the JP Morgan coin, I would come in and give me some insight on this one, because I did some digging, and the only thing I could possibly find was an article, which I can't find now for some stupid reason. And the article was how JP Morgan is thankful that Quorum is helping them out with their coin and the whole bit. But it did say in the article that it is just something that has been discussed for future reference. It doesn't mean that it's going to be a guarantee. So what that means is basically JP Morgan is going to let the Quorum test it all out for their coin and everything, but it's not a guarantee that it's actually going to go through. So on our LinkedIn, these are the 3 out of the 4 people here we can go out and check out. Ingemar Svensson is, oh, see, I can't do that. I am not signed into LinkedIn, and I'm not going to get signed in. But anyways, they've got everybody listed up there, and we're just going to keep going through here. This was the last monthly update, but this is out of Quorum again, and not and you got IXT down here. So this is where I'm getting a little bit confused, is when I go into both of the websites itself, IXT's got Quorum over here. So are they just using the open source tech from Quorum and incorporating into it this? So we'll just go through this first article here, and it says, of course, the blockchain components for the most interesting part of the platform, which we will refer to as the IRX ledger from now on. As mentioned, we have selected Quorum from JP Morgan, which is based on Ethereum, as a setup as a consortium blockchain. So they've selected it, but it doesn't mean that I don't understand if there's actually a business partnership between the two or between the 3 of them. So if you're somebody that's been into these projects for quite some time, and we're going to go have a look at that real quick here, come in and give me some comments on that, because I'm absolutely a little bit baffled on that. So what we're looking at here is what is the actual circulating supply is at just about 36 million out of 66. So we're sitting at probably that 52 to 55% range, but it has no trading volume. It has no market cap. So did the angel investors just buy into this, and are they just sitting back and waiting when that much circulating supply is out there, but there is absolutely no trading volume? I'm seriously confused, because when I'm looking at something like this and where the market needs something, is it a matter of brand awareness? Is it marketing? What is it? So let's go have a look at its algorithmic scores. They've got open channels. The team strength is okay. The product strength is okay. But then as you see, the coin strength is nothing. The business strength, the business model is nothing. And the brand awareness is completely at 0. So those things right there literally scare me as an investor. And I mean, at $200 of trading volume, yesterday it was only at $110. I mean, when we're reviewing projects that are getting between 800,000 and 3 million per 24 hours, and now we're going to look at a coin that's only doing between $100 and $300 per day, red flags automatically go up for me, even though that insurance is something that is greatly needed in this market. I don't know where to go with this. Now we go to check its purpose. In over 2 years, the clarity and its purpose still are not available. How is IX additional difference against its competition? It provides alternative marketplace for insurance based on blockchain. Our mission is to transform the way the market trades and manages insurance products. Okay, so for insurance, I'm not very familiar with how many more are in the blockchain. I know a lot of the exchanges themselves use real world insurance companies rather than a cryptocurrency open source insurance as itself. So let's see what we got for its analysis itself. Again, for open channels, they got the max mark, but activity on social media, 0, 0, 0. 5 points for our YouTube channel, 0 activity on YouTube. So again, it's not even active, but yet we've got a new roadmap released over here. It's being revamped the whole bit, so you can come over and have a peek at that. But again, this is just one of those ones that is seriously confusing, where it looks like they're actually doing something, but they don't tell anybody about it, and nobody knows about it, but it is something that is needed in the space. And so for me, again, that is where it comes out to be a little bit crazy on this aspect of it. And to make an honest comment on it, I'm really flabbergasted right now. So team strength at 69%, but your team strength is only 4 people right now, and you just hired once. Your team strength is literally 3 people, as we saw on the LinkedIn there. And before I got kicked out for not signing in, honestly, it's the 1 out of the 4 people seems to be busy. out of the group, but the guy that is in charge of the coin itself, to me, hasn't done anything whatsoever. And your advisory board, you've got full marks on one, but then you got zeros across the rest. Your brand awareness and your buzz, 0 is 0. Your product strength is at near 0. Your coin strength is also at near 0, and your business company strength is also at near 0. So these things for me definitely set up red flags, all of the above, even though that this is something that the cryptocurrency market absolutely needs. But as we're seeing is the exchanges are dealing with real world insurance companies, and the idea of insurance and through crypto is awesome. But if nobody knows about it, if nobody's buying into it, if nobody's trading it, you're never ever going to get anywhere. And as we can see that with a daily trading volume of $250, its algo score is only a 2.2, which is absolutely dismal. Its price is down, 99.85%, I do believe. Let's have a looky here. 99.84% below its all-time high right now. So for me, when I look at the chart itself, there has been times where this company has actually made some money. And as you can see, when the market really did what it did there, when Bitcoin hit its all-time high, these guys went up to $2.60 roughly up there. So if you went from 9 cents to 260, that means the company made an awful lot of money at some point. Why is there no brand awareness? Why hasn't there been more people hired? And why isn't a good idea like this being exploited a heck of a lot more? And for me, stuff like that comes from the top. And if somebody from the top hasn't been able to take all of that profit and use it for your company, again, I get really worried about stuff like that. So let's go have a look at the markets that it's trading on here. And again, it's basically on HitBTC with paper route money being put into it right now. Again, exchange is bad. All of it. This is just something I couldn't even give it an honest score. If I have to give this a score out of 10, it's going to be bottom of the barrel, just because the team leadership from the top really isn't giving any indicators or sharing any information other than what we can see. And you know, these are where everybody comes out to have a look at it. So I'd have to give these guys right now, as of today, probably a mark of probably 2 out of 10, because it looks like somebody is still trying in the background, but it doesn't seem like the people at the top that are looking after it are really supporting their own developers right now. Because something with insurance in the market right now, every exchange can use it, right? As we've seen fly-by-night exchanges disappear with people's money. We've seen things look really solid, like a Quadriga or something like that, just get up and disappear with people's money. So you really never know in this space what is actually going to go on. And then when we come over here, these are just a couple of their last deposits here lately. And again, 7 days ago, but then previously 9 months. So from 7 days ago, you get something, and before that 7 days, you didn't see something for 9 or 10 months before that. So again, I'm not really comfortable with this one here. I like the idea behind it. My only suggestion is that they would probably need different leadership, is really what the coin looks like it definitely needs. So there's not much more we can really get to it. But like I said, after 2 years in the market, and you can't even give up what the actual purpose is, that's backwards. That's really behind. So if you ever want to come and check out IXT over at Coin Checkup, they've got as much information as we can possibly get over here. Any related, I mean, this is who they're trying to compete against right now. And when you see that, I mean, that's a lot, right? So that's what we've always said. First mover advantage in the market always gets the love, and it's always up to you. The company needs to promote it, and we've said on the channel a few hundred times now, it doesn't matter how good your project really is. 75% to 80% of your money should be in marketing and getting the word out. The more you do that, the more eyeballs that see it is what leads to more potential investors. And other than that, it's hard for me. I can't come out and call something a complete piece of shit, even though its trading volume is like, this is as dismal as it gets. I just can't understand why a decent idea like this hasn't been exploited a heck of a lot more. So if you're somebody that's been into IXT for the last 2 years, come into the comment section. I'm sure there's something I have greatly missed in here somewhere. But again, with a cap of 227 and paper route money being put into it every day, I just don't see this thing going anywhere. with no trading, and we can obviously see with the circulating supply, is that all ownership supply, or did some of that actually get pumped out? So with a revamp roadmap and stuff like that, there's just a lot more to go through, but I can't really recommend this in any way, shape, or form. This could be one of those ones that you could take a long shot on, put $100 into or something, but again, with this kind of trading volume, you might not even be able to buy it, type of thing. So anyways, we haven't got too much more. That was the end of our weekend one. If you got something else you guys want me to come out and check and see, come out and ask. I'm always here for you guys, and we'll come back either later tonight or possibly tomorrow, and we'll do what's probably going to be our last faucet video, as I'm still hammering through free money right now, and I'm accumulating about $100 a month in free Bitcoin just by running some CAPTCHAs, the crypto tab browser, some pay-to-click sites, things of that nature. So we haven't got much more. Sorry I couldn't have done a way better in-depth one on this one, but I mean, for IXT to be alive and survive a bear market for 2+ years, but they made all that money in 2017 and in that rush at the beginning of 2018, that money should not have been, it probably got spent on yachts and land and shit like that, like Quadriga CX did. When you make that money, you got to put it back into your project. As we see now, with a trading volume of $200, a market cap of 200 million, there's absolutely no movement. You're ranked in the high 1300s up to 1500, and that's where it's probably going to stay unless they get some new leadership at the top and they start actually sharing brand awareness and sharing their company's ideas and values with the rest of the world right now. So that's all I got for you guys right now. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your weekend. This is 88 Fantastic, showing you how to take a bite out of the cryptocurrency market. Take care, y'all.